Hello and welcome back to Luxury Gusto. In this video, we're going to talk about Pablo Escobar's enormous wealth worth billions. So let's get started. Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Pablo Escobar is no doubt one of the most notorious criminals that have ever existed on the planet. Apart from being the most dangerous of them all, Pablo Escobar was also the richest of them all. At the time of his death, all the properties and earnings along with the savings amounted to a whopping amount of 30 billion at the time. If we were to scale how much it would amount today, then it is clearly more than 70 billion US dollars. Can you imagine? A criminal worth so much money. So now the question arises, how did Pablo Escobar become the owner of such a huge amount, and how did he actually like to spend it? Each and every detail of it is covered in this video, and it will clearly blow your mind when you will know the lavish and classy life that this notorious criminal lived and kind of made for himself. This man right here had the most illegal way of building an empire, but he successfully built an everlasting narcotics empire which can still be found in the black market of the US. As stated earlier, what was exactly the narcotics empire which Pablo Escobar had built? Actually, it was a long chain of buying and selling of extremely expensive and illegal narcotics from one dealer to another. Pablo being the mediator, he didn't directly deal with the buyers and sellers, but his men did. That is the reason why even the US government did not hesitate while calling this chain of black business a planned-out empire of its own. Pablo Escobar controlled the trafficking and entry and exit of a single one of the narcotics products that went off from the shores of Colombia to any place or any corner of the world. In return, he was showered with a lot of money. In an interview, he himself revealed that he had more money than what he actually had planned to earn. That's why some of his money was lying useless in his account. He would use the same amount to buy everything that his heart desired and even to expand his business in order to triple the same principal amount. All thanks to his great business ideas, Pablo Escobar was listed in the Forbes Richest Man's list 7 times straight, which is the maximum till now. He surely did play the Colombian government like a guitar or more like a puppet show. Just imagine, what would you do if you had more money than you could ever spend? Apart from the lavish mansions, the fastest cars, and the craziest parties, Pablo Escobar did not settle for this much in his lavish criminal life. This man got creative to a whole other level in terms of spending his billions on. Pablo Escobar threw the craziest parties that Colombia has ever witnessed in its entire existence. Not just narcotics parties, but Pablo Escobar made his kids and his family's party insane to a whole other level too. Reports say that during one of his kids' parties, he arranged a huge stuffed animal toy that was to be busted with a baseball bat. What's new in that, right? Except for the fact that the animal was stuffed with freshly withdrawn cash straight from the bank. You might already have heard about the country's mansions that Pablo Escobar had in Colombia. The favorite of his mansions was the most popular one, which was named Nápoles. It even had an entire ground filled with aeroplanes or private jets in the 1980s, when no one even imagined this idea at all. Let's talk more about Nápoles, shall we? The entire estate included 10 houses, more than 700 employees, more than 20 artificial lakes, and even life-size dinosaur statues. And the craziest part was that it had 3 humongous zoos. It is by far one of the most lavish estates to ever exist. Nápoles had all the exotic cars that the world had to offer, including the Porsche, which only have 15 such models all around the world, making it the jewel of his car collection. Now let's get back to the zoo. Pablo even opened a public zoo for the civilians to enjoy, but when his properties were sealed, these animals of the zoos were spread all around the other zoos of the Colombian state except for the hippos. In the beginning, Pablo had smuggled 3 female hippopotami along with 1 male, which bred among themselves and formed a population of more than 50 to 60 hippos, which led to a massive hippopotamus invasion in the Colombian subcontinent. Thanks to Pablo Escobar's weird fetishes. This is how he liked to spend his billions on. Which one of his possessions did you find the most fascinating? Let us know about it in the comment section down below. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future.